Good morning, everyone. You'll have to kind of excuse me. I'm getting my technology working this morning. Actually, it's more important that you see this than it is for you to see my happy smiling face. But my happy smiling face is still here. But we're going to talk about the table of Nalvage. That's this thing right here. And we started talking about it yesterday, and I ended up saying that at first I didn't know how to use it, and I didn't realize that it might be important to the system of altering one's consciousness as one gets ready to engage in Enochian vision magic. And here's how I ended up yesterday's talk on this chapter. Needless to say, I changed my mind about the importance of the tablet. And in the few moments remaining before class members started to arrive, I composed a two-part chorus that incorporates the dynamics created by the letters of the round tablet of Nalvage. A chant that has become the last and perhaps the most important component of the ceremony of preparation. Now, this two-part chant is appropriate for class when you've got 12 people on one side of the room chanting part one, and 12 people on the other side of the room chanting part two. But please believe me, it's something that you could do by yourself. Of course, not sing in harmony with yourself, or maybe you can't. But it can still be used as a mantra to alter one's consciousness. Now let's take a brief look at those dynamics and see how the chant based on the tablet of Nalvage can be constructed. Now remember, I've got these illustrations posted on my Facebook page, just a few messages below this on my page. The tablet of Nalvage is not really round. It is a square divided into 4 squares, or continents, and surrounded by 4 outer bars. The contents and the bars are subdivided into lettered squares, 9 squares per continent. Now, can you see that in the little illustration I've got posted here? And 4 squares per bars. So here's the bars. They've got 4 squares. If we would remove these bars, we'd be left with one big giant square. And that square has 4 continents. But before we start filling in the letters, let's see what the angel Nalvage had to say about the continents. Nalvage told Dee and Kelley that continents 1 and 2 are dignified. 1 and 2. While 3 is not yet dignified, but to be dignified. So this would be this area here. And 4 is without glory or dignity. Nalvage described them in Latin as follows. Number 1, Vide Suprema, highest life, the continent of joy. 2, life, or vita, life, the continent of potentiality. 3, vita non difficanta, sed dignificanda, life not dignified, but which shall be dignified. That's called the continent of creation. And 4, vita est estiam her, sed quae perperit mors, or even in this life, Even this is life, but life which will be paid in with death. The continent of discord. I've also got this illustration sort of in color, which I posted directly beneath this this video. Each continent contains 9 letters that, when read in various ways, yield words in the angelic language. In order to more easily see these words, I've separated the tablet into component parts. See figure 60, and it's posted below. When read counterclockwise, the outer bars of the tablet spell the names of 4 classes of angels: Lua, praising angels; Long, ministering angels; Sach, confirming angels; and Urch, confounding angels. These angels circumscribe and contain the names of angelic forces at work within the continents. Nalvich gave the following Latin meanings to the words inside the continents when the words are read just horizontally from left to right. IDZ, gaudium, or joy. AOI, presentia, the presence. MZR, laudantes, praising. In continent 2, BNA, potestas, power. DAZ, motus, motion. IAB, ministrantes, ministering. In continent 3, SAI, actio, or action. GOD, factum, events. URR, confirmantes, establishing. And finally, in continent 4, FOS, luctos, or lamentation. SEA, discordia, discord. RDI, confundantes, confusion, confusing. So those are the words and meanings of the words of the 4 continents when read from left to right. Figure 62, and that's also posted on my site. It's the one with the beautiful squiggly arrows all through it. Figure 62 shows how the letters of the continents are read to reveal the nature of the divine powers resident in the tablet. First, notice how the first 3 letters of the outer corners of each of the 4 continents, upper left corner of the upper left continent, lower left corner of the lower left continent, and so on. They all spell the Enochian word meaning God, Iad, I-A-D. Notice next that the 3 diagonal letters of the continent spell the word Maz, or joy, Bob, or power, Sor, action, and Ser, lamentation. Finally, the 3 letters of the inner corners of the continent spell the words Zir, I am, Zna, motion, Gru, deed, and Osf, OSF, discord. The arrows in figure 62 show the beautiful symmetry the words create within the tablet. If we put the words of each of the continents together, we arrive at phrases such as, for continent 1, Yad Mazir, I am the joy of God. Continent 2, Yad Babzna, God's power in motion. Continent 3, Yad Sorgru, the result of God's action. In Continent 4, Yad Serosf, God's discord and lamentation. This rich tapestry of joy, movement, creation, and sorrow is contained and encircled by a counterclockwise whirl of the angels. Here we go. Lua. And then at the bottom, Lang. Then coming up on this side, Sach. Urch. Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch. Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch. Lua, Lang, like that. So if you just say the words of these angels, Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch, you set up a counterclockwise whirl. And then if you go Yad Mazir, Yad Seros, Yad Bazna, Yad Sergru, Yad Seros, you activate all of the dynamics of those other squiggly lines. Concerning the tablet as a whole, Nalvid said, the substance is attributed to God the Father. The reference of the letters on the outer bars, Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch, Nalvid said, the first circular mover, the circumference, God the Son, the finger of the Father and the mover of all things. That's what you're setting into motion by chanting Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch. Referring to the continents and the manner in which their letters are read, he said, the order and knitting together of the parts in their due and perfect proportion. God, the Holy Ghost, lo, the beginning and the end of all things. That's quite a dynamo. Like the Holy Table, the Round Table of Nalvaj, once decoded, displays divine and angelic words and names in perpetual motion in such a way that one can almost sense what is meant by the term choirs of angels. In group workings, I break the participants up into two voices. We ceremonially chant the words from the tablet. Voice 1, Lua, Lang, Sach, Urch. And voice 2, Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgru, and Yad Seros. The effect is powerful even when I'm alone in the middle of the night and chant in one voice at a time. Once Nalvaj described the dynamics of the tablet, he didn't go on to provide instructions on how or even if the tablet was to be used. Is it a talisman? Is it to be worn as a lamen? Is it to be held or placed on the holy table? We don't know. However, we do know that after the two magicians had become attuned to the structure of the round tablet of Nalvaj, the entire remaining system of Enochian magic was revealed in less than 90 days. This has led more than a few magicians to speculate that the round tablet of Nalvaj might be the key to the mysteries and perhaps even the unexpressed first call of the Enochian system, or perhaps even represent the call itself. Now, I don't know if I can do this. My technology is not very good, but I've recorded one of the voices And I'll chant the other one, and let's see if we can hear it. Hope you don't mind. Uh, and if you have followed along good enough, you can actually, in your mind, go the lua, the long, the sach, the urch. Uh, well, anyway, let's see if we can hear this.
Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgu, Yad Ser Os, Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgu, Yad Ser Os, Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgu, Yad Ser Os, Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgu, Yad Ser Os, Yad Mazir, Yad Babzna, Yad Sorgu, Yad Ser Os.
Okay. Stop.
Yad Ma.
Well, that's our audio visual for today. Now, if you can imagine a room full of people, maybe 24, 25 people, chanting those two voices, and then a magician, a third voice, actually reciting the Enochian key or the call appropriate to the aether one is working with. You can imagine the impact on your consciousness while that's going on. And maybe 5 minutes of doing that and then being still for 5 minutes while you enjoy your vision might be a very effective and drugless visionary high. Well, it's food for thought anyway. Tomorrow we'll pull this down and you can see my full happy face tomorrow. So continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.